Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Metal Gear Solid, where we're going to continue trying to beat Foxhound members and also sneak around on other things.
Hopefully, there will be some actual gameplay for most of it, instead of mostly cutscenes for over half the runtime. But at this point, I'm not surprised if it will happen like that again.
Based on how this game has been going, I wouldn't bet on it being any different, but honestly, I'm not sure.
Do you have any ideas of where you're going right now? Or should we give you some direction?
Well, I was thinking of going over to check a few of the rooms on the left in the gas area, since I didn't look there very much last time, but then after that, I think I'll go try and find Meryl, otherwise I didn't have any other ideas.
I'm pretty sure that will work fine in itself, but do you think you'll make it in one trip with all the gas making it so you have a tighter time limit? Even with the gas mask you got last time, there still isn't much time when you have to switch out the card to enter rooms.
Don't worry about him. I think he's got this. He hasn't failed us in this game yet. Perhaps in most areas of the real world, but not in Metal Gear Solid.
Thanks, Ben. I think most of that was a compliment, even if I'm not totally sure at this point.
Yeah, don't worry about him. He wasn't complimenting you on your real-life events. But I don't want you thinking about that, as your constant failures might get to you and make you less confident in this game.
Wow, that really doesn't make me feel any better at all, but okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry I didn't mean to bring up real-world issues into this, but I hope you didn't take that the wrong way.
No, don't worry about it. I hear it all the time on Twitter. Well, more what my White House assistant reads off of Twitter since I don't use it myself. I forgot how to hold a phone a while back and decided it was just easier to have someone else do it.
I'm not even going to ask how you forgot to hold a phone, because at this point, I don't think I'm going to get a satisfying answer.
No, you definitely don't want to hear the backstory on that. It looks like you're actually going to search just about the whole section in one try, which is great. Hey, I was also curious, Joe. Do you have any other Konami games you like playing at all?
Well, yes, actually I do. I've been playing games like Suikoden, Azure Dreams, Castlevania, role-playing games, basically a lot of Konami games. When I play those, I like to think I'm a very methodical man, the kind that kicks his tires before he leaves. I'm a very skilled gamer and highly suited to this gameplay style. I'm also extremely careful of traps, like in that basement level, which some think is being a coward. But I'd like to think it's just me being cautious.
Okay, that's fine. We didn't need the whole Match.com description of you. He just wanted to know what you like.
Wait, how did you know that was on my Match.com profile? I thought nobody else knew about that.
We don't want to hear about that right now, Joe. Do you have an idea how you are looking for Meryl?
Well, yeah, I'm going to wait here, and when she goes into the bathroom, I'm going to follow her in. I think I mentioned that last time.
Wait, really, Joe? I thought you were just kidding when you said that before. How is it that we're at the point where we have a sitting president who decides the first instinct to finding someone is to wait until they use the bathroom on the off chance they'll have an opening and sneak in? That's the state of our country now.
Hold on, Donald. I think someone's actually going in there right now.
I don't know what's more disturbing, the fact that it was Joe's first idea to search for Meryl was to catch her in the restroom, or that it actually worked.
Let's just say both are equally disturbing and move on.
That's the second time I've been able to sneak up on the legendary Solid Snake.
You're Meryl? There's no way you could pass for a man for long.
What do you mean? Hey, men aren't allowed in here.
I had no idea you were so feminine.
This is no time to try and hit on me, Snake.
I feel like Joe is the kind of person that would hit on someone in the restroom.
I don't do it that often, only on days that end in a Y.
Joe, that's every day.
Same smart mouth. You're Meryl, all right. Are you hurt?
Not yet. After all, I was disguised as a genome soldier.
So why'd you change? You'd be a lot better off dressed like one of them.
I got tired of disguising myself. The truth is, the uniform smelled like blood.
What's that mark?
Huh? Oh, this? It's a paint tattoo. It's not real. I was a fan of Foxhound way back.
I'm a little bit confused on the idea of the uniform smelling like blood. I don't believe it was bloody to begin with, but then when she just started shooting people outside of the DARPA chief's cell, that definitely would have contributed to all of the blood. So really, it's all her fault.
Snake, you're a hero, aren't you?
I'm just a man who's good at what he does, killing. There's no winning or losing for a mercenary. The only winners in war are the people.
That's right, and you fight for the people.
I've never fought for anyone but myself. I've got no purpose in life, no ultimate goal.
No purpose in life sounds like Joe on any given day of the week.
I'll have you know I have many purposes in life, like, you know, that time when I forgot.
Yeah, who didn't see that one coming?
Why didn't you contact me?
My codec was broken.
Is that all?
Shouldn't you just be happy we met up like this? How did you recognize me in disguise?
I never forget a lady.
So there's something you like about me, huh?
Yeah, you've got a great butt.
Oh, I see. First it's my eyes, now it's my butt. What's next?
On the battlefield, you never think about what's next.
That's a very strange thing to point out, though it did end up helping him recognize Meryl in a weird way. Again, this is just typical Joe behavior. So I'm sure that's how he knew where to find Meryl.
Are you even going to deny that Joe, or is Donald right?
Let's be honest, guys. What did you really expect out of me? I know what to look for when people are walking.
Metal Gear or...
We override the detonation code. You got the card keys from Baker?
Card keys. You mean this?
Where are the others? There should be 3 keys.
This is all I've got.
Where could the other 2 be?
I have no idea, but they must be somewhere. If we can't find them, we'll have no choice but to destroy Metal Gear.
Metal Gear is in an underground maintenance base to the north.
Take me too. I know this place better than you do.
You'll just slow me down. You don't have enough battle experience.
I won't slow you down, I promise.
And what if you do?
Then you can shoot me.
I'd like to shoot my shot at Meryl, if you know what I mean.
Joe, why are you getting more unhinged than normal? Is it because Meryl is here? Is this really how you act in front of women?
Basically, my options for who I want to be around are the ninja who tried to kill me, the scientist who wet his pants, the DARPA chief's corpse, and that tank that blew up outside, so I don't have many preferable options for who I can riz up.
Okay, first off, never say "riz up" again. You have no concept on the terms the younger generation use. And it sounds weird when you say it.
My father. He was killed in action when I was younger.
You wanted to follow in your father's footsteps?
Not really. I thought that if I became a soldier, I could understand him better.
So are you a soldier yet?
I thought I was until today, but now I understand. The truth is, I was just afraid of looking at myself, afraid of having to make my own decisions in life. But I'm not gonna lie to myself anymore. It's time I took a long, hard look at myself.
Yeah, I'm taking a hard look at you too, Meryl.
Please calm down, Joe. I don't think I can handle this playthrough if you're going to be like this every time Meryl is on screen.
I'm not suggesting we abandon Joe altogether, but I don't think I can handle this either.
Oh, come on, guys. I'm just kidding around. I won't be trying to riz up Meryl that much more for a while. I know I need to keep my eyes on the mission here to destroy Metal Gear or use the 3 cards to stop it too.
Unfortunately, it's out of ammo.
Where'd you get that Desert Eagle?
I found it in the armory. It's a .50 caliber Action Express. There was a SOCOM pistol too, but I chose this.
Huh, so I got a leftover, huh? Isn't that gun a little big for a girl?
Don't worry, I can handle it.
Come on, use my 45.
Hey, 45, that's just like me, the superior president.
Actually, I'm pretty sure 44 is the better president. Also, I got 2 terms, also 46 is better.
Wait, who is the 46th president? I haven't been keeping up with current events.
That's you, Joe. How do you even forget that?
I don't know. Sometimes it just slips my mind. It happens.
The door to the commander's room is security level 5. This card will open it. It was inside the pocket of the uniform I was wearing.
Looks like he must have been guarding someplace important.
Okay, let's go. I know this place better than you. I'll be point man. Follow me.
I'll follow you anywhere, Meryl. Please never leave me.
Oh, great, now you're down bad for her. First you were trying to riz her up, and now you're desperate for her attention. This is all going downhill so fast.
Joe, please just tell us what you're going to do in the game without simping for Meryl.
Okay, fine. I do think I'll make my way down to the rooms below. I know I already looked around here before, but I know Meryl gave the level 5 card, so I'm hoping it gives a few more options, though. I think I saw a level 6 door, so I know I can't get everything.
So far, you got diazepam in a box, so I don't imagine those will be too useful right now.
Honestly, I would rather have this over Joe going nuts over Meryl. I'm just surprised he hasn't reacted the same way he does to the dancers in Final Fantasy IV.
All right, that is a fairly good point. I think after everyone went through Mount ordeals, it cured everyone of their insane reactions.
You're probably right, but this is no time to lore dump on a completely different game. The viewers can just watch Final Fantasy IV if they want to know what happens there.
This is a not very subtle plug for that series. At this point, I imagine. Can we stay focused on this game instead now?
Wait, has this music always been here?
I don't recognize it. I don't think so.
My head. Oh, it hurts.
What's wrong?
Don't come. Come here, Snake.
Are you okay? What happened?
No, please, I can't have anything happen to Meryl. I don't know what I'll do without her.
You'll be fine. You'll probably forget about her in about 3 minutes at most.
Let's go. Come on, Mr. Foxhound. The commander is waiting.
She's not speaking the same way as before. I think something very strange is going on, and I don't know what to expect next.
Well, I don't think it will be very long until we find out, since we're in the only room we can go now.
Perhaps if we get help, we can move this bookshelf around and go past it or something. I don't know.
That's kind of weird. There's really nothing here to do right now.
Snake, how do you like me?
Yeah, Meryl, you know I do.
Oh no, it's going to get even worse.
Hold me, Snake.
What's wrong?
Oh, hurry, hurry. Make love to me.
Oh yeah, this last moment of my life make me feel alive again, Meryl.
All right, Joe, that's it. I'm taking the controller. I don't normally advise violence against women, but I have to knock her out to get you to stop.
I think you can give the controller back after you're done, but otherwise I completely agree with you on this.
Okay, fine. I'll calm down in a second. Just give me back the controller.
All right, but only when I knock her out to calm you down.
Useless woman. Optic camouflage, huh? I hope that's not your only trick. You doubt my power?
Sorry about that, guys. I'm calm now.
Now, I will show you why I am the most powerful practitioner of psychokinesis and telepathy in the world. No, there's no need for words, Snake. I'm Psycho Mantis.
I think this is the psychic that was mentioned earlier. He has a really weird outfit to him.
I don't know, he looks like a typical liberal.
It's useless, I told you. I can read your every thought. Now, let me read your mind. No, perhaps I should say your past.
Wait, what? What does he mean?
You are a very methodical man. The type that always kicks his tires before he leaves.
Hey, I said that earlier.
You are a highly skilled warrior, well suited to this stealth mission. You are extremely careful of traps. You are either very cautious or you are a coward.
He definitely got the coward part, right?
I don't want to hear it from you, bunker boy. You know I'm more courageous than you and not a coward. Whatever that word means, I'm not quite sure.
I can see into your mind. So, you like Suikoden?
This is getting really weird. It's like he's reading into the memory of the system and reading what Joe is interested in. It's also strange how he can know what Joe said earlier in the video, too.
Maybe he can tell me what I ate for breakfast this morning, since I can't remember, but I'd like to eat it for tomorrow if I could.
Knowing you, it's probably some ice cream or popsicle, or more likely a combination of both.
You have not said often. You are somewhat reckless. I can read you like an open book. You still don't believe me? I will show you my psychokinetic power.
Guys, I got worried and brought out a strategy guide for this part. And I don't mean to spoil anything, but for this next part, Joe, this is going to sound crazy, but I need you to put the controller in your pants.
Wait, what? That sounds weird.
Trust me, Joe, do it now.
Okay, fine, I'll do it. Yeah, Psycho Mantis, you're the best.
Okay, that's enough fooling around now, guys.
He has too much power. I don't think I can beat him.
The demonstration is over.
Don't worry, Joe. Just remember, move on him. You can do anything and grab him by the poop.
Wow, we are definitely not keeping that in. Donald, why do you have to be like that? You're going to get this channel canceled so quickly, and then we'll never beat Metal Gear.
Well, I thought he could read Joe's mind and read his inputs, but if I gave him an idea, then he couldn't come up with a defense or anything. It was sound logic.
No, it is definitely not. But Joe, why did you switch the controller input to player 2 exactly?
Well, I was thinking if he could know what I was doing, it was probably because of the controller inputs, so I just decided to change it so maybe he couldn't read my mind, similar to Donald's idea, but better executed.
Not like there's anything to even read in your mind. It's practically empty in there.
Well, by changing the controller port, there's no way he can use my vast knowledge or anything else. So I think we can win this now.
The idea seems fine, but that's only really a defense against his psychic abilities. It's not really a strategy on actually fighting him. What do you plan on doing against him?
I think I can just punch him a lot, and that should whittle him down. But I can also shoot him, assuming I know where he's at. And if he doesn't have any floating objects blocking him, that's about it.
I'm not sure how well that's going to work out, but I don't have any better idea, so that will have to do.
I think my strategy from earlier would work really well. You should try that instead.
I don't want to get canceled today. I think I'll be fine.
All right, fine, that works too.
Why? Why couldn't I read your mind?
No, don't do this. I'm sorry, Meryl, but the only way to save you is to beat you down. I didn't want it to come down to this yet.
Wait, what do you mean by yet exactly? What could that possibly mean, Joe?
Oh, nothing. I didn't mean to say that.
You are powerful indeed, but I know your weak point. Meryl, stand right where he can see you and blow your brains out. Ah! Stop! Meryl!
Now you've gone too far, Mr. Mantis. I'm going to make sure you never leave this room alive for having Meryl try to shoot herself.
All right, good job, Joe. She's probably going to be unconscious for the rest of the battle. So it's just the two of you now.
It will just be the one of us in a minute, since I'm not letting him be alive for doing anything to Meryl.
Joe, I think you're taking this a bit too seriously. It's just a game, and Meryl isn't even real. She's just a character.
As much as I agree with you, if his unchecked and illogical rage keeps him focused on fighting and not simping for her, I think this is the better alternative.
I hadn't thought of it like that. It is marginally better, but I still don't like either options at this point.
Come on, guys, I am being perfectly rational. I don't want anything to happen to Meryl. And since Psycho Mantis is against that, then I am against him. So that's why this needs to happen.
I mean, we get that, but you were already going nuts for her before he even came around and don't know what you'd do with her at this rate.
Okay, enough of you distracting me. I have a mission, and killing this guy is going to be the next part of that. So you better believe he's going to regret reading my mind and controller inputs, and also memory card.
Well, I certainly hope you're done soon. This fight has been going on for quite a while.
All right, you beat him. I anticipate a call soon because, of course, there's going to be one.
Colonel, your niece is going to be okay.
Thanks, Snake. I owe you one.
Now that Mantis is beaten, Meryl's brainwashing should wear off, right, Naomi?
Yes. But why did you go so far out of your way to save her? For Campbell's sake, or maybe it's because you like her?
Oh yeah, you know I like her. I just want to stay in this commander room with her. And
We do not need to hear the rest of that sentence, please. I'd rather hear the codec at this point.
It's true that Snake has killed a lot of people, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have a heart.
It's okay, Colonel. She's right.
I hope he doesn't like Meryl as much as Joe does.
So, you used the other... I wasn't able to read the future.
A strong man doesn't need to read the future. He makes his own.
That sounds like a profound statement from Solid Snake. I feel like this game has quite a few more unique messages and statements that last in players' minds long after the playthrough is over. And in some ways, that is a good way of cementing the status of this game as a classic.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that in general, even though I haven't seen this game to completion yet. There are a lot of memorable moments in the game so far that I assume has left a great impression on players, especially with the unique way Psycho Mantis interacts with the console itself, though it was kind of ruined by Joe's constant infatuation for Meryl.
don't worry, everyone. I have a much better control of myself this time. Nobody's getting in the way of my clear focus to the end of the game.
Hey, he's been telling us where to go. I hope you all have been paying attention.
Why are you telling me this?
I can read people's minds. In my lifetime, I have read the pasts, presents, and futures of thousands upon thousands of men and women.
That must be hard, knowing what so many people are thinking, since I imagine a lot of them aren't so great.
And each mind that I peered into was stuffed with the same single object of obsession. That selfish and atavistic desire to pass on one seed. It was enough to make me sick. Every living thing on this planet exists to mindlessly pass on their DNA.
I wonder if he ever read Joe's mind in his world. I think that alone would be enough to drive anyone insane with the stories that didn't happen and all the other useless junk in there.
I don't get why you all think these stories never happened, but I don't think I can convince you at this point. I'll just keep telling them until you believe me.
I think it's actually because we don't believe they happened due to the fact they're all fictional stories or happened on times you weren't alive for.
One day I'll convince you all.
From the moment we're thrown into this world, we're fated to bring each other nothing but pain and misery. The first person whose mind I dove into was my father's.
Ooh, and then what?
I saw nothing but disgust and hatred for me in his heart. My mother died in childbirth, and he despised me for it. I thought my father was going to kill me.
This is really sad and all, but I wished I had brought some popcorn to this. I forgot to when we started playing today.
Donald, this is supposed to be a serious moment.
I don't really care, I'm hungry.
When I came to, the village was engulfed in flames.
Are you saying that you burned your village down to bury your past?
I see that you have suffered the same trauma.
Okay, first off, that's a huge overreaction to finding out your father hates you. You just burn a village to the ground. That doesn't really make any sense, since his psychic powers don't really involve fire, unless he controlled another guy that could control fire or something, but that seems really unlikely. Also, Wen said that Snake had the same trauma. Does that literally mean Snake also burned down a village? Since those two backstories being the same seems pretty unlikely.
He probably didn't mean it that way, but he wasn't very clear, so perhaps he just meant something bad happened in Snake's life that we're not aware of.
Let him talk. He doesn't have much time left.
I've seen true evil. You, Snake. You're just like the boss.
Oh, the boss? That must mean Solid Snake, right? That guy we've heard from a couple times that Barack keeps trying to convince me is actually Liquid Snake for some reason. Unless there's also another character just named the boss we haven't seen yet.
I'm trying to tell you his name is Liquid Snake, because that's what his name is. We're already 4 parts in, and you haven't gotten it yet.
I saw you there. You have a large place in your heart.
A large place?
Yes, a large place.
Oh, I've got a large place for Meryl, but it's not my heart.
Please stop talking, Joe. You are actively ruining any seriousness this scene has.
Oh, I'm sorry, Popcorn Muncher. I didn't realize you were still paying attention. I could have sworn you didn't care about these scenes, as they last more than a minute, which is your typical attention span.
I don't want to hear about attention spans from the same guy who forgets how to talk at every other speech he does and just goes talking about gibberish that nobody cares for.
Guys, please hold it together. We're almost done for the day.
I'll open the door for you. If you want to find your future, go through that door.
Hey, you did move the shelf after all.
This is the first time I've ever used my power to help someone. It's strange. It feels kind of nice.
Good riddance to him. He tried to hurt Meryl. I don't care what happens now.
Wow, it seems as though half of us really didn't take this seriously. It's very interesting, especially with gaming back when this came out, to have a character so unique in both gameplay and story. But it seems those details have been ignored by Joe's simping for Meryl and Donald's fixation on popcorn taking center stage.
Next time I'll get my popcorn ready before we start. So I won't interrupt the sudden backstory that I'm supposed to care about only right before and after fighting the guy.
his point was more that you and Joe were more focused on other things besides the game, but I don't entirely agree with the seriousness of Psycho Mantis dying there, as he didn't have much more of a presence beforehand, at least physically. I'm sure there will be more scenes for us to focus on, and hopefully not annoy Barack when we're not completely focused on them.
All right, fine. Maybe I did get a bit worked up. Sorry if it came across the wrong way.
It's all right, you're fine.
Your real name.
A name means nothing on the battlefield.
How old are you?
Old enough to know what death looks like.
Any family?
No, but I was raised by many people.
Is there anyone you like?
I've never been interested in anyone else's life.
So you are all alone. Just like Mantis said.
Other people just complicate my life.
I could really use Meryl complicating my life, if you know what I mean.
Here we go again. No, I do not know what you mean, and I do not want to know what you mean by that either.
All right, guys, I think it's time we finish up now. Since there's not much left to do right now, Joe should be changing the controller port since Psycho Mantis is dead, and we'll move on to the next part of the game soon enough.
I've been having a good amount of fun with this, even if the fight I had lasted a little longer than I thought. And plus, when you think about it, we really just went up one floor after fighting Gray Fox, then found Meryl and fought Mr. Mantis. And that took over 26 minutes in itself.
That's all right. The long scenes and story are what make the game more fun, at least for me, though. I can see how others might not think the same way about it, since it is different for games released around the same time.
I find it a bit boring, but it is still pretty engaging. I hope everyone watching enjoyed. More should be coming up soon like normal.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe like always.
And peace out, people.